Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. I want to introduce our Miami Midline option series. We'll first show it from our 11 personnel spread pistol gun sets, and then we'll go into 21 personnel I formation under center. Some key coaching points. You want to try to run this midline option read towards a 3 technique D tackle, and sometimes it's easier for the quarterback to read it from the gun using the pistol. Let's take a look. All right, first we'll show it from our 2x2 gun spread. This is a pistol set. We call this duo pistol left. The Miami verbal then tells us we're going to do a midline option read, and then Bulls tells us we're going to use blast blocking to the right. So you can see here with our read key rule is we're going to read the first down lineman from the center towards the play side. In this case, it's that D tackle in the 3 technique in the red. Key point for that play side guard, he's going to take best path to get to the first linebacker head up or inside, being the mic here stacked over top. If that D tackle, the read key defender, is outside on the guard, then he's going to take a veer step, being his first step, his inside foot, which would be his left in this case, rip up through with his right arm to get to the mic. If that D tackle read key defender would be head up or inside, then he's going to do what we call a zone step, stepping here with his right foot first, and then second step would be flipper with his inside arm or left arm to get to that mic. Everybody else is using blast rule blocking, meaning if you're covered, we're big on big, base blocking. If you're uncovered, you're comboing back. Quarterback is going to step out of the way, let that B-back go right down the midline, reading that D tackle read key defender. If that D tackle sits or gets upfield, he's going to give it all day to the back. The only time he keeps it is when the D tackle stays on the line of scrimmage and turns his shoulders down into the ball, what we call down the line read. Then he's going to keep and go right up the B gap, having that lead blocked by the H-back on the blast. You can see we've got the ability to throw the stubble passes if we have free access, being the glances, and then the A with the bubble. It's great to run this from our stack sets. We call this ace. You can see we're going to have a wide stack to the left with a tight stack to the right. Same exact rules for everything. One key point with the Z and the X receivers, since they're in a tight stack, they're going to have to spray out at a 45-degree angle first to get into their glance route. Everything, though, is exactly the same. That read key defender is the first defender from the center to the play side, being that D tackle again. Play side guard takes best release, in this case, veer steps to get to the mic, H blocking blast, and again, B back going right up the midline with the quarterback riding and deciding on that D tackle for a double option. Last, if you want to get the SAM out of the box, we can go ahead and go our trio, and this is our 3x1 gun. Now again, everything still stays the same. If he does have pre-access where the SAM wants to stay in the box, he can make the alert call and look for the glance to the bubble there. Next, we can run our midline option series from what we call our eyes offensive package. This is a 21 personnel grouping where we take the A receiver out and replace him with a fullback type player, making him the A back. And then we're going to go in an I set with the quarterback under center. So this would be I left, but Miami Bulls, same play, same rules. We're going to read the first down lineman, play side from the center, being the D tackle still. O-line will continue to use blast rule blocking. Covered, I'm big on big. Uncovered, I'm big to back. You can see here then the A back now becomes the dive. Quarterback steps out of the way, right into side, and now we add the B back going up through the B gap as a lead blocker. Key point, the B back always wants to secure the line of scrimmage before he goes to the second level. So if that D tackle would turn back, if the quarterback keeps, he wants to go ahead and clean that up first. If he does go all the way down the line, then he can continue up to the mic. Quarterback wants to ride. If he keeps it, he wants to make sure he takes a good step back, gets his shoulders square, and lets that B back lead up through the hole and then go ahead and follow. Next, we can turn our Miami midline blast option into a run action pass or a pass run option read. All we do is add the north verbal cue and the hand signal of the salute on the forehead. This would be Northern Miami Bulls. Again, line is going to go ahead now, all blocking, but blast rule. We're not going to leave a read key defender, so that play side guard would use that big if he's covered, base blocking, or blocking back if he's uncovered. Quarterback is going to ride that A back and then take a shuffle step drop. Going to read the H for the peek route inside off that Sam backer now to the X with the glance. If pre-snap he feels he has free access to the backside Z, he can go ahead and look for the H first, but then come back to the Z. The key point with this, and if the quarterback doesn't feel he has a receiver wide open after he drops and sets, then he simply goes ahead and follows the B back and the B gap running the blast. So it turns into the pass run option. Last, we can go ahead and turn this into a double option with the quarterback being able to go on the outside edge run and stretch zone. So this now would be a Miami Rebels call, being outside zone to the right. We're still going to read the first defender from the center play side, so it's that D tackle still. If he sits, the back gets. If he comes down the line, then the quarterback is going to go ahead, drop step plant, but now instead of going to the B gap, he's going to go to the C gap off the edge, run an outside zone. You can see we've got a real simple series here. We can do it from a spread gun if the quarterback reads it and sees it better, or we can go under center where we can go ahead and go 21 personnel subbing in a fullback type and get this same action, same look, same reads with a run action pass all put together. Thanks.